Hi everyone, welcome to the stream today. It's Miriam with another honor to talk about her journey, and she's kind enough to be participating in the QUOKA project as well. Today we're chatting with Alicia or Alicia?
Alicia.
Alicia.
Oh, I'm sorry, I might have caught the last bit of that.
I was just asking you how you're doing.
Oh, I am doing well. Yeah, the weather's great today, so can't complain. I've been spending a lot of time outside, so it's been a nice way to spend the day.
Good. Yeah, nice. Getting those last days of summer in, huh?
Yes.
Well, I really appreciate you taking time to talk with me today. I'm trying to make the best product possible for entrepreneurs, and having conversations with people like yourself that are doing their own business is really helpful so that I can create the best platform possible. And none of the questions that I ask are right or wrong answers. It's just for me to learn. So I appreciate you just being honest and all of that.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions before we get started?
No, not right now. I don't.
Okay, great. Well, let's start with just kind of how you got into owning your own business. It looks really fun, and what a beautiful website. Love to just hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I started shooting boudoir almost 5 years ago. January is going to be my 5th year, anniversary. And I had been doing hair and makeup for a long time, and I had worked with studios before and other photographers, and that's when I learned what this even was as a genre. And I thought, oh, this is really cool. I am really into this. And then when I moved to my city, Port Washington here in Wisconsin, I was looking for a boudoir photographer for myself. And there are a lot of great photographers in Wisconsin, but there weren't any very close to me. So I maybe a little naively assumed I could start my own studio. And, hey, how hard can it be owning your own business, right? I had already been doing hair and makeup at weddings and everything. So I thought, oh, easy peasy. Not as easy as I had thought, but that's really how I got into everything. And I love it. Like, I can't imagine doing anything else now at this point.
How fun. And how long have you been doing it?
It'll be 5 years in January.
Congratulations. A huge milestone.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's like massive. I think once you make it to 5 years, it's like you're most they 5 years. So once you make it there, you're in a good place. You're in the top percent.
Yes, that's how I'm feeling. Like I'm here to stay, I think, at this point.
Very nice. Oh, fun. Definitely want to join the group.
Yeah.
From my Facebook profile. Okay, cool. So, well, let's hop into a little bit about, your life as a founder. Do you belong to any founder entrepreneur communities?
I do. I'm actually a part of one that's local to Milwaukee and women specifically. And then I'm a part of some larger photography groups that are like national and international, as well as just business organizations in general.
Perfect. And then this next group of questions is kind of yes or no. We'll try to see if we can get them to lean one way or another. Would you say being an entrepreneur is fun?
Yeah, I think so.
Is being an entrepreneur hard?
Also, yes.
Do you feel understood as an entrepreneur?
I would say probably as just a general no. Not really by like society, but by other entrepreneurs, I do.
Do you feel listened to as an entrepreneur?
Yes, I think so.
Do the people around you understand the problems and challenges that you face as an entrepreneur?
Probably as a general, no.
Is life as an entrepreneur depressing at times?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Do you feel pressure as an entrepreneur to be involved in communities online or in person?
I do. Yes.
Do you enjoy helping others and solving problems?
Yes.
When it takes you a few days to get back to someone that's asking for your help, do you feel guilty?
Yes.
Do you feel pressure to appear to look like you know what you're doing as an entrepreneur?
Yes.
Do you always feel confident that you know what you're doing as an entrepreneur?
Oh, no.
Do you have people that you can speak to about your deepest thoughts and challenges about being an entrepreneur?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you feel comfortable asking for help when you need it?
We'll say no.
Okay, great. So what do you like about being an entrepreneur? Why are you doing work?
For me, it was mostly about the freedom that comes with it. No one gets to set the rules really except for myself. So I am the sole responsibility for my success or failure, and I get to create like my schedule, my workflows, and all of that. So I suppose it's the freedom and the independence.
Mm-hmm. And what do you like least about it?
Probably the funny thing is I enjoy the independence, but also the isolation of it sort of stinks. So currently I'm a one-man show, and it's not like I have a workplace with 20, 30, 100 other people I can walk in who all know exactly what's going on. It's just me. And even if I reach out to other photographers, it's not like they're still in my business. So sometimes it gets very lonely because I don't have anyone to like bounce ideas off of or just vent about the day that I had because I don't have any coworkers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. If you were giving advice to an aspiring entrepreneur, what would you tell them they needed to fulfill their full potential?
I would say education probably, especially if you're going whatever classes that you took in high school or college regarding business, those are wonderful. But whatever business you're going into specifically, find someone who's already doing it very well and see if they offer mentoring or any educational resources that you can purchase, because I put off doing that for a long time and I wish I would have done it immediately and invested in myself right from the get-go and bought the education, because I think I would be farther along and I wouldn't have hit burnout as quickly as I did in the beginning, because I could have just, someone had already done all the work for me and I could have just learned it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have everything you need to fulfill your full potential as an entrepreneur?
I mean, I need an assistant. That's kind of where I'm struggling right now, is that my workload is actually higher than what I can complete on my own. So I'm at the point right now where I'm thinking about maybe bringing someone else on, maybe even just virtually, because I'm starting to hit that burnout again. And the only solution is to get help. And I think once I have some help, then I can start doing all of these extra things and all of this, like, I've got a whole bunch of ideas up here and I can't implement any of them because I have too much necessary work that has to get done on a day-to-day basis. So I need staff.
Yeah. Well, when you want to learn something new related to your business or entrepreneurship, maybe you need help or support, you're facing a challenge, where do you go for the answer?
So I have a few like boudoir specific photography groups that I will pop into immediately and see if anybody has been having a similar struggle as me. The search bar at the top of those groups is great. And then I'll read through all of the advice that other photographers have already offered. And if I don't see a question or a struggle that's similar to mine, then I'll probably post there. Otherwise, I will probably turn to like friends that I have that are in a similar industry as me and just ask them for their opinions.
How much time does it typically take you to get the answer that you're looking for?
Really, if I go to the Facebook groups, probably only a few hours.
Perfect. Now we're going to go into questions about your mental health as an entrepreneur. How would you rate your overall mental health on a scale from 0 to 10?
I would say it's at, you mean right now, like a 5.
And how does your response to that question make you feel on a scale from 0 to 10?
Maybe like a 4.
Okay. And now we're going to choose which of these items are negatively impacted when you feel less than great mentally.
All right. I would go with social life, eating habits, sleep, for sure. What does activity mean?
How active you are, I would say.
Okay, yeah, probably then that one as well, because my brain is pretty much fried at the end of the day, so I don't want to do anything.
Right. Okay, now we're going to choose whether the following have a positive, neutral, or negative effect on your mental health. Social media.
I'd say probably, let's go with negative.
The news.
Negative.
Family.
Positive.
Friendships.
Positive.
Work.
No effect.
Volunteering, giving back.
Positive.
Romantic relationships.
Positive.
Which has the most effect on your mental health?
Probably the romantic relationships.
Okay, great. How many hours a week do you spend engaging in romantic relationships?
I mean, I'm with my husband whenever he gets home from work, so that would probably be, I mean, we probably get like 3 to 4 quality hours a day together.
Like 21?
Oh, hours per week? Yeah, let's go with that.
And how or what do you do to help support or manage your mental health?
I exercise. I do my grounding work if I'm freaking out anxiety-wise. I try to eat a more balanced diet, which is fun because when you're really anxious, you don't want to do any of that. So I try to get lots of colors on my plate and be outside. I try to be outside a lot more often.
Do you use any applications or websites?
No.
Can you tell me about a time you felt mentally unhealthy or balanced?
Mentally unhealthy or what?
Or imbalanced?
I mean, right now, really, like I said, my workload is actually a lot higher than I'm used to. And I've been working, 10 to 12-hour days. I even had a 13-hour day recently. And it's starting to really affect it's everything else. It's starting to trickle into everything else. So I'm not sure if there's too much to say other than I just have no energy to do anything after work, which makes it difficult to do then those things like exercise and eat healthy and spend time with my husband and be outside because, my brain is just fried and I don't have the energy anymore to do anything other than just like sit or lay down.
Mm-hmm. What do you think has triggered you to feel mentally unhealthy or imbalanced?
It's probably, the amount of like ideas that I currently have to make my business better and how overwhelming they are. And then the deadlines that I need to hit for client work, those are top priority. My clients are always top priority. So I have to focus on what they need and their photos, which means I have all these ideas for my business that I can't get to. So I feel overwhelmed by the amount of work I want to do and anxious that I can't get to it because I have to do all of this stuff, which has a deadline first.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you talk to your family about your mental health?
No, not a ton. My spouse more than anything.
What about friends?
Yes, I have a few one or two that I will talk to about it.
And what about like a counselor or a therapist?
I want to, but it's just a matter again of like finding the time. So it's not been like a big priority of mine. I keep telling myself that like this will end. So we don't need to start anything, even though I'm a huge advocate for therapy and I think it's wonderful. I'm like, all I got to do is just make it through a couple more weeks and then everything will be normal. And then a couple weeks pass and I'm like, all I got to do is make it through a couple more weeks and everything will be normal.
Well, how often do you speak to your friends about your mental health?
Maybe a few times a month.
Are you talking to them in person, virtual, phone calls, texts?
It would either be in person or text.
What support do you need that you're not receiving to help manage your mental health?
That's a good question. I guess I'll probably, again, like some sort of assistant or just some help in my workspace to do some of the like admin work that I don't have time to get to. Or yeah, possibly just a counselor or just someone to like vent to about everything.
Yep. And how much would you expect to pay for a platform that created a more positive impact on your mental health?
I mean, I really don't know. That kind of all depends on maybe what the features are involved in everything, but I'd probably do like $20 a month.
When thinking about people that you know, how do you think most of them would rate their mental health on a scale of 1 to 10?
10 being positive.
Yeah.
Hopefully at like, I don't know, maybe an 8.
Alrighty, and now we're going to talk a little bit about your social media usage, which social media platforms do you use?
I use Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
On average, how many messages do you receive a day from those platforms and your text messages?
Oh, and text messages? Over 10.
How does receiving over 10 messages a day make you feel?
I feel neutral about it. I no longer feel the need to respond immediately to people who DM me. So I did when I first started. I'd get very anxious. But now I understand that I don't need to respond immediately. So I feel all right about it.
Okay. And how many messages do you send a day?
Probably over 10 as well.
And how does that make you feel?
Again, I feel neutral about it.
Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to see if you can share your screen, and I'm going to send you a link to a website, and I want you to speak honestly about what you see on the website, like out loud.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know if you see in the bottom, it should say share.
Share screen. All right.
Okay, great. There we are.
And then this link, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, I'm digging the graphic design. That's all pretty easy. I mean, this text reads pretty small for me under the 1, 2, 3. No, I like the colors. I don't know how I feel about this, like the text leaving and then coming back. I thought at first my screen was glitching, but it's not. So I don't know. That's not doing too much for me. That looks great. I like the photos. I love the color scheme. Huh. It's time consuming. Yeah, yes it is. Yeah, therapy is time consuming. I don't have time to go. That looks good. I mean, it looks good on my screen. I don't see any like formatting issues or anything. I like that these are down here too. The suicide prevention lifeline and the crisis text line. Those are great to have. No, other than a few things in the middle there, I think this looks great.
Okay, great. Now that you've visited the site, how would you describe what QUOKA is about and its purpose in 2 to 3 sentences?
It seems like a mental health resource for business owners and entrepreneurs via text messages specifically.
Okay. Okay, great. Any other comments, suggestions, concerns?
Now, and again, I didn't read every single word, so maybe I missed it. Who is sending, who's on the other side of the texts?
Uh-huh.
So that I'm not, it's like a community, right? But I guess I don't know who I'm talking to.
Right. Okay. So you would be just talking to other entrepreneurs in the club.
Okay.
That's the only like question you have left unanswered about how it works and such, or concerns?
Yeah. And then I guess I saw something down here that said, okay, membership is free. Yeah, I was just going to say if it cost an amount of money, then I would just be curious about somewhere on here it's saying how much and for how long that lasted. But it's not on here, so it's not a concern of yet. Not a question as of yet.
Okay. Okay, great. So that is very helpful. Thank you so much.
I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, I'm wrapping this survey up here. Do you want me to add you to my mailing list?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Great. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. Is there anything that I can do to support your business?
No, I mean, join the Facebook group that you saw. Come join Buxom Babes. We got a lot of good self-love info in there. That'd be great.
Sounds fun. I'm into it. Your website's gorgeous. The pictures that you take. It's very amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Joining it right now. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm so happy that we met, and I appreciate you taking time to chat with me. And let's keep in touch.
Yeah, that would be great. Good luck with this new venture. It seems really cool.
Thank you. I will keep you updated.
All right, sounds good. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye.